So there are 11 note cards in total. So today I have with me
Michael,
Robert,
Christina,
Lucille, Camille.
if you run, you are a runner. It doesn't matter how fast or how far. It doesn't matter if today was your first or today was your last. It doesn't even matter if you were running 20 years. It doesn't require a license, a test to pass, or a membership card. You just run. This is a quote from John Bingham, an American author and marathoner. It is one with which I identify with because, as defined by John Bingham, I, too, James Allers, am a runner, specifically a cross-country runner. Mr. Bingham also stated a few years later, "The miracle isn't that I finished. The miracle is that I had the courage to start." The miracle of running certainly requires courage. As Mr. Bingham states, for my career began on a 100-degree day in July 2018 on an asphalt smoldering track in William Monroe High School. 40 other students came out that day to try out for cross country, however less than 18 students made the final cut on the team. This day winded up paving the way for a course of self-discovery. While running the past 2 cross-country seasons that I have now completed, I learned the qualities of perseverance, endurance, and dedication, which I use to define my whole life and for everything I do in it. At first, I only applied these qualities to running, but as I experienced more and ran more, I began applying the qualities to everything I did and funneling those qualities into positivity to push myself through. These things included homework, classwork, practice, even waking up in the morning and around the house. A year later, on September 14th, 2019, I ran the hardest race of my life in Leesburg, Virginia at Oatlands Plantation. On the way up there with my team, I heard about the course being extremely difficult. People have collapsed in the past before, and it just wasn't a good time for anyone on the team. A specific part of the course, called the wall, was very hard for everyone who came to the race from all states. The wall was a very steep hill, and it was very difficult to climb. I ran the whole course with caution, and I ran it slowly. Not slowly for me, but at the same time, it was slow compared to the other races I've ran in the past. When I finally came up on the wall, I climbed it with caution and strain. However, I heard the roaring cheers from the crowd, and that pushed me to keep going up the hill. While running, I thought about quitting and collapsing like the many others around me on the course. But I didn't, and I persevered and endured and relied on positivity to keep myself going. In the end, I was nauseous, dizzy, numb, and my eyesight was blurry. But I winded up finishing with a personal record of 21 minutes and a dedication to the sport for a lifetime. I experienced aches and pains after that in the car on the way back home and even that whole weekend. And it wasn't a good time. After that, I had to go to a soccer game, and it just escalated from there. However, even though those 2 things back to back wasn't difficult for me and for my legs, and just for me in general because I was tired, I persevered, and I kept that thought in my head of going home because it was a goal. Sitting down, catching up on everything, that positivity and endurance kept me going. And I still use that for everything I do, even now, after the season's been done, after soccer's done. And now that I'm taking a break, I'm starting to put those qualities to everything else and applying it to academics. This class, for example, for everything else. In conclusion, after the race and after those seasons, soccer and cross country, I realized that while a challenge may seem intimidating at first and you may be afraid to attempt it, including me, whatever it may be, once you jump that hurdle or cross the finish line or whatever it may be, finish that test, anything can become attainable at ease with effort. And I think that's extremely important for me and for everyone else watching this to keep going, whatever it may be. Thank you.